What's goody? What's going on? We vibing, 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 vibing with Reeves. What's going on, y'all? How you feel? How you feel? What's your life like? Hope everything is going great. Even if it isn't, you know, you're still here, and I hope everything improves. Hope keep growing and flowing, stepping it up to the reach the new plateau. Dig. Have you ever had a hard time getting out of bed? Just have to drag you out of bed. You're like, oh my gosh, rolling out of bed. Like I'm exhausted. Sometimes I'm be exhausted, you just don't feel it. Like, oh, it's bullshit. You don't even feel like grabbing your phone to call out or do whatever you gotta do. You just don't feel like it. It's normal what happens. Have you ever had to find a reason to do things that you know you need to do and that you usually want to do? Have, have you just said, what is like, felt like an actor? Like, what is my motivation? What's my motivation? Why am I doing this? Why? But you lost the motive. I know I've lost the motive for Q. I'm gonna leave that on there just so you know it's real. It's not AI. Just messed up. Now with AI, people think everything's AI, except stuff that's actually AI. It's weird. But anyway, I've lost motives too, and you know, felt sad sometimes. It's like, damn, why am I doing this? So, I'm gonna share with you this episode, which is about motivation. Being motivated can help you drag yourself out of bed in the morning. Keeping the motivation can help you feel better about yourself. It can help you hit that gym. It can help you go out and do another day at work and step out into a cold, cold world. It can help you through those board meetings, motivate it. It can help you get through school, get through your studies. You're motivated to do it. You're motivated. I think people want to be motivated for the most part. I know people do. That's why there's such a big market for motivational speakers. They get paid. And some people say, oh, dang, man, you get paid to just say some poppycock about, you can do it. Believe you can achieve. Have my check in my account. Wire that money into my account. I'm out. Like, nah, but you may think that's what it is, but some people it might be, but people need motivation. Life is hard. Like you're saying, sometimes it can be hard to find a reason why we do what we do, why you continue. Things can be so hard, or sometimes things can be so boring. It's the same thing day after day. You have to find a reason to keep on keeping on sometimes. What's your motivation? What's your basic reason? You know, you need that. Sometimes you need people to spark that fire in you, spark that flame. You're like, yeah, I forgot my motivation. I kind of lost track because life, there's a lot coming at you in life. You could easily lose track. Oh man, you can easily lose track. I know I've lost track a few times. You easily lose track, man. There's so much going on. There's so many things can come at you. from so many different directions that you wasn't planning on. You're like, oh, snap, now I gotta do this, now I gotta do that. Now it's like a juggling act on the high wire, trying to maintain your balance and not fall off. Yeah, so of course after a while you're like, why? You be like, just why? Just why? The motive is the why. But what's your motive? You have to know your motive. You have to know your motive. And then you have to know what you're going to do after that. What's the actions you're going to take? What's the actionable steps you're going to take to keep elevating? You got to step yourself up sometimes. I'm in the process of that right now. Right now, right now. So I'm not even talking to you like I'm above you. I'm just saying I'm in it with you. Sometimes you gotta remember, yeah, this is why I do it. This is the reason I do it. What's your reason? You know, sometimes you may get lost in the sauce and you may need to look up some motivational quotes online. Maybe, you have a book. If you're old school, you have a book full of motivational quotes or a book that just motivates you to. It's not basically a book full of motivational quotes, but it's still a book that motivates you. A positive book that's going to spark the flame, that's going to help to keep you going. And also, there's motivational videos out there, a bunch on YouTube, a bunch on YouTube. You can see a couple of those and watch that get added to your algorithm, and then next thing you know, you got playlists and you listen to hours of motivational speeches, you know, which is great. You can listen to motivational music too. There's motivational music out there. Eye of the tiger, and I'm ready to fight. Eye of the tiger, down, down, down. You know, you, that's one. There's songs out there that make you realize that you can be somebody, that you can overcome your circumstances. Nas had one with I can. I know I can be what I want to be. If I work hard at it, I'll be where I want to be. And that was for the kids, you know. Had kids even singing the chorus. Sometimes we need that extra because life can be so crazy. You need that extra oomph, that encouragement. There isn't anything wrong with encouragement. Another one of my favorite songs, talk about motivational, is Optimistic by Sounds of Blackness. Also a gospel song. Keep your head to the sky. You can win as long as you keep your head to the sky. Be optimistic. That song has kept me on a nice path, on the right path. Definitely, because that's one of them songs I go to when I'm really, really going through it and need to pick me up. You know, you gotta know you can and will overcome those odds. They may be stacked against you, maybe stacked very high against you, but you can beat the odds up, baby. Yeah, if you're motivated to do so, if you believe you can achieve, and that's real. And I'm gonna break down motivation. I'll do some reading for you real quick, but you won't see the book. Motivation is the inner drive, force, or state that pushes people to start, keep going, and finish goal-directed actions. It involves three main parts: activation, starting a behavior; Intensity flow, how much effort you use, and persistence, how long you keep trying. You got that, And as we all should know, need to know, persistence overcomes resistance. You know, persistence overcomes resistance. Favorite quote of mine. Yeah. And there's different types of motivation too. Intrinsic, doing something because you enjoy it or find it personally satisfying from within. Like if you're an artist, if you're in your art. Extrinsic, doing something to get a reward like money or praise or to avoid a bad result. That's important too. And biological, driven by basic survival needs like hunger, thirst, and sleep. Keeping your refrigerator full, keeping a roof over your head, heat, hot water, and you need to sleep. Just to give you a bigger picture of motivation, those are the things those are the areas that we are motivated in, you know, to express a creative urge or do something fun, uh, get rewarded, to move up in our careers, and to make sure we got food, clothes, and shelter taken care of, you know. And one of the ways we could do that is be motivated to get up out of bed and go to work, deal with our career, maybe set up our own business. But the thing that I believe that eats that motivation is um the obstacles that pop up from time to time. Sometimes it'll be nonstop obstacles. You just hopping over them, just hopping over obstacles all the time till you get tired of hopping and obstacles just hit you. Gosh, it just it's just a lot to deal with, but you got to get through it. It's not Life isn't always easy. Like that Paul Robeson poem. Life ain't always been a crystal. Life ain't no crystal stair. There's lots of thorns in there. Oh my God. Speaking of, my mother would read that poem to me when she seen I was depressed or down. You know what I mean? That was the poem she read. Life ain't been no crystal stair. So and she would act it out sometimes. So don't you stop now. I'm like, oh mama. Cause I has to fight. Like, but see, that motivated me. And also that was poetry. So you could find it in poetry. You can find it, like I say, you can find it in, that's a form of art right there. So you can find it in music, poetry. You can find motivational books. If you don't have the time to read a whole book about it, you get some motivational quotes. Hear some. Like I said, check the YouTube videos. Pray too, you know. Praying can help motivate you. There's a lot of people that turn, speaking of motivational, but they turn to the Bible to find their motivation. People turn to religion as well to find their motivation. Some people find it in the Torah, some people find it in the Quran. There's people out there who turn to God and the books and their teaching, and they lean on the teachings to motivate them during hard times. Tip my hat. Not imaginary hat, I'm not wearing one, but you know what I'm saying. Motivation, you know. And there's physical things you can do to feel a little more motivated too. Sometimes exercise will make you feel more motivated for the day. Like just go out and jog and feel the weather. do some jumping jacks and get the heart rate pumping and you feel more motivated for the day. Hop out the shower, get dressed and do some exercise and walk. Maybe you just need a walk and you walk outside and you feel like, yeah, yeah. And sometimes it's the friends. How many of us have them? The ones we can depend on. You know what I mean? Friends work with you every day. You know, friends will help us if you got real ones, good ones. They can help motivate you too. You know, they might say what you need to hear, even if you don't need to hear it, don't want to hear it. It's what you need to hear. Might not want to, but they'll motivate you. You know, to keep on keeping on, or maybe you need to do something different, and that motivates you to do something that you're hesitating to do, that you're hesitant to do, but you need to do, or motivate you to continue doing what you're doing now. Maybe it's taking longer than you thought. Maybe you have a goal in mind, but it's taking you longer to achieve that goal than you would have liked. It happens. You're like, oh wow, I thought it would take such and such time, but now it's taking like 2 years longer or something. It's like, wow, this is crazy, crazy. It can encourage you, hey, keep it up. That was an unrealistic time goal anyway. You get there. You'll get there. They can motivate you to keep going, motivate you to try something new. I got some quotes for you. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. C.S. Lewis. Your only limit is your mind. Anonymous. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Susie Cassine. I never lose. Either I win or I learn. Nelson Mandela. That's a powerful quote because we lose from time to time. But if you can reframe that loss as a learning experience, you learn from it, then yeah, your only way to win it, you'll be good. And you feel better about yourself. What did Thomas Edison say? He said, I didn't fail, I just found 1,000 ways that don't work. Because you're trying to, because look at it as an inventor, you're trying to invent something and you think each inventor is just getting it right off the bat. No, they're like, oh, that didn't work. Oh, I did that wrong. Oh, that doesn't work like that. Oh, let me try this. Let me try that. So you find out what works by first discovering what doesn't work. It's a journey. Life is a journey. Some people has a shorter journey to get to their goals than others, but life is a journey. True. Here's a quote from my childhood. I went to this back when I was in school, elementary school in New York, in Brooklyn. That's right. Over the loudspeaker, they would have this announcement every day. We had to read this little poem. It was like, I know I can make it if I believe I can achieve. And we had to say it every day. That was our thing. Every day, every day. We in the hood. If I believe I can achieve, you know, I'm I am smart. It's like affirmations. It was almost like that now song. I know I can be what I want to be, but in poetry form. And we had to recite that every day before we started. They would say that over the loudspeaker. We had to say it along with them. Great, great self-esteem builder. I think every school I went to should have did the same thing. I wish every school did the same thing. That was dope to care about your mental health and to realize that when you're growing up in the hood, you can feel unmotivated. There'll be people out there and they'll try to make you view yourself as lesser than. So believing in yourself, keeping a high self-esteem definitely helps you to feel better as a person. It also helps you stay motivated. And there's quotes for taking action. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Mark Twain. That's true. You can't win the game. You ain't even start playing. So be like, yeah, I gotta win. I gotta win. Do you start? Nah. Do what you can with what you had where you are. Theodore Roosevelt, in other words, you gotta play the hand that you dealt. You gotta be in it to win it. Those some quotes. And also get up off your ass and take out that trash if you don't want the house to stink. That's an important quote. Sounds crazy, but it's the truth. Get up off your ass, take out the trash if you don't want the house to stink. You know, gotta do the work that you rather not do sometimes if you want things to be straight. Or it can't all be pretty work. It can't all be pretty work. There's stuff we do, have to do because it has to be done. It's not pretty, but so what? It still gotta be done. Some people be scared to fail. I'd be scared too, but can't be. Here's a great quote. I failed over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed. That was Michael Jordan, the Michael Jordan. This is like, oh yeah, that's my boy Michael Jordan from 12th Street. Yeah, yeah, be backing up at the groceries. He's cool though. No, no, no. This the Michael Jordan. Built time and time again, and that's why he succeeds. Usually each failure is a learning experience and a stepping stone to get to the victory. You gotta think of that motivation. Just think. There's people who lost plenty of times. And then we look at the Knicks. No disrespect, but look how long they've been getting slept on and disrespected and haven't been winning like that in the series and for the championships. I'm sorry, and now look at them. It's been years. But look, they won. What if they gave up? They won and won. But they were motivated. Sometimes the losses motivate you to win. You're like, nah, 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 nah. I know I did wrong that time, but I know how to do right this time. Action motivates you. When you take one step, then you motivate to take another step. You say, "Hey, I took two steps. I could take a third." Boy, no, you stepping like a muff. You just stepping. Why? 'Cause you doing it. The first step is always the hardest step. That's real. Especially if you overthink. If you're overthinking, you think of 1,000 ways it's gonna fail. Sometimes you got to block that out and just do. This is coming from overthinking. You got to block it out and just do it. Else you'll be like, oh, what if it felt like this? What if you got to block it out and just do it sometimes. And sometimes you do got to strategize and block it out and just do won't work. Sometimes you got to strategize and coordinate that with the action, of course. Here's some tips to improve drive. Set clear and small goals. Break big tasks into tiny steps. I've been told that a bunch of times. And yeah, I'm working on that myself, because you got the bigger picture, but you gotta break it down into ways that can be easier to handle, else you could easily be saddened when things don't go your way. And then you're like, and that eats at your drive, and now it's driven, and now it's motivated. Because you try to do everything at once, take smaller steps, and you get there. So break big tasks into tiny steps, focus on things that truly matter to you, things you care about. Build a daily routine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And keep your head up. Keep your head up. That helps. And I'd like to thank you for all your support, and you're telling me that you like what I do. Your feedback helps motivate me to continue. See how that works? We motivate each other. Thank you. We support motivation and keep doing your thing. Keep rising to the top. Give it all you got. Yeah. Keep moving, keep grooving. Keep climbing the ladder of success. Love your life. Do right by your people. Do right by people, period. And you know what it is. Thank you for your support. Thanks for everything. Have a good one. Stay up. For real. Fridays. Vibe with me. Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. You know it. Vibing. Yeah.